Hey friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. We have a very exciting announcement to share with you today. So we are going to get that in just a minute. So we're going to share a big announcement with you. We are also going to give you a bit of a little garden tour, plant update on a lot of the plantings that we have been doing here in the signature garden. You might be able to see our folks behind us. They are working hard in the signature garden, doing some weeding, of course, and moving some plants around. It is just an absolutely gorgeous fall day here in North Carolina, with lots of hustle and bustle activity that is happening. So stay tuned. There's a lot to cover today. Now to the big announcement. We are so excited to announce to you that Creekside Nursery here in Dallas, North Carolina, we are launching our own brand of plants, Creekside Champions. That is right. So we are going to have a whole line of plants that are family grown, proven performance, in the gardens. These are plants that we have used in our gardens for years, and sometimes they honestly just get lost in the hustle and bustle of the plant world. And so we have created Creekside Champions in order to highlight these plants. So when you're in doubt and you're like, I'm not sure, which plants I should choose, you can rest assured that when you choose a Creekside Champion, that it has taken years of abuse and neglect, but it has been proven to perform in our gardens time after time after time. We are launching this first this year with annuals and perennials. We will be adding shrubs to the line as the seasons progress, and we will be actually adding more annuals and perennials to this line this very year. All of the Creekside Champions are up and ready for pre-order on the website. So you can go to gardeningwithcreekside.com right now. You can look at the Creekside Champions to see our selection. If you are a follower of us here at Creekside, you're going to see some familiar faces because, again, these are plants that we absolutely love and adore. Now, you may be saying, oh my gosh, Creekside, you're known for working with some of the top plant brands in the industry. Does this mean that you're moving away from those brands? Absolutely not. We are still going to be working closely with Proven Winners and Southern Living and Butterfly Candy and any of the other plant brands out there, because there are so many amazing genetics out there in the plant world. And so those plants aren't going anywhere. This is just a way for us to highlight those annuals, perennials, and shrubs that often get neglected, but again, have proven themselves time and time again in our garden. So head on over to gardeningwithcreekside.com and you can check those out. We are really excited about this. It has been a dream of both Jerry and mine for years to do something with the Creekside brand, right? And so this is just another step forward. You have given us such amazing support, both here at the Garden Center, when we introduced the Signature Garden, when we did the online ordering and with our e-commerce store, of course, through social media. And so this is a way that we can help support you in your garden by providing those champion plants that have proven themselves over and over again. So again, these plants are family grown because, as you know, we're a small family business, y'all. We are not a big, huge corporation. I think at max we have like 10 full-time employees here at the nursery at all times, and sometimes that includes our 3 children. So they are family grown and they have been proven to perform in the garden. So again, super excited to announce that. Also, you might notice that Jenny is wearing a new sweatshirt. So we just got in some new Creekside swag just in time for the holidays. So these are, they're up, they're live, they're ready to go. So these sweatshirts are really fun. They really are kind of like the complementary colors to our green hoodies. So this is still the fantastic brand that we love to use. This is from League, high quality. As far as the fit, let me give you a little rundown on it. So we have our black sweatshirts. This is going to be a little bit more fitted than the black sweatshirt. So if you already have the black sweatshirt and you like your size, then I would go up a size in the gray. So I am wearing a small. The waistband is definitely going to be a little bit more fitted than the black one. The black one seems to be kind of a straight cut. This is a little bit, it's not a fitted, but it is a little more snug. So if you like it to be true to size, then go ahead and order your true size. I know my girls, they love sweatshirts nice and big. So either order a size up or even 2 sizes up. And we also have new colors in our t-shirts. So again, all of that is live on the website, so you can check that out as well. And we will send them out to you right away. So we love the Creekside embroidered on here with the white, and it has kind of a hunter green background on it. So really, really fun. Lots of fun things happening here. So now let's talk about plants in the garden, give you some updates. I am happy to report that we have nothing but positive updates to give you. All right, my friends, so let's talk about plants and plants in the ground and give you a little bit of a progress report here at the Signature Garden. So we are obviously at the very back of the Signature Garden. You were with Jerry and I think that was probably 2-3 weeks ago, that we planted 4 of the Incredible Stormproof hydrangeas. The Stormproofs, remember, are going to be in that 3 to 4 foot range. These are smooth hydrangeas. They are going to give us beautiful blooms that the pollinators love. They have a much more open, airy habit on the blooms than, say, traditional Incredibles. They are also going to be very strong, sturdy stems. They're doing great. You may notice some yellowing of the leaves. That is simply due to the season change. So you can see, we've got other hydrangeas. These are limelights behind us. Everybody's starting to take on their fall colors. So they are doing great. We've had to water them just a handful of times, but are doing wonderful. So the main goal is to keep them alive this going into the winter. Of course, when the freeze comes, which is going to be happening any day now, I believe, they will probably lose all of their leaves and get nice and fried. The Fluffies, Fluffy. Fluffy is doing great. I mean, this sweet thing is just a phenomenal, sweet, and yes, it is a sweet plant. I love the color. It is so fun to be able to stand at the parking lot or at the greenhouse, and when the sun is shining over here, these guys absolutely glow. They look amazing next to the North Poles. So these guys are doing great. The only problem that I see is one that we constantly have to deal with because we are in the country, is the critters like to come and dig around plants sometimes, and not even around the plants, but even like the squirrels, because they're burying nuts. And so sometimes we just have to come out and check, make sure that root balls are not exposed, kind of put the soil back. So we don't want to have any kind of exposed root balls. But Fluffy, you can see with the light on it how pretty it is, and just absolutely is a great color combination here at the back of the Signature Garden. Now we're gonna mosey on over here to the plantings that we did and kind of give you an update there as well. So we did this, it was 101 shrubs 101 shrubs that we planted in a 3-day period. Again, that was only like 2 weeks ago. So this planting has been here since the spring. So these are Tough Stuff hydrangeas. And y'all, when we talk about fall color, this is going to be a great example. There's not any blooms on them, right? So they are past their point of blooming, but you get beautiful color from the leaves, like a nice, rich, deep purple on them. So you've got to kind of think outside the box sometimes on your fall color. Fall color doesn't necessarily mean flowers. So all the Tough Stuffs are doing well. And then coming on back here, we have where we had Incredible Stormproof. Here we have the classic Incredible. So we had 21, I want to say, 21 Incredibles planted here. Of course, they are going to be in that 4 to 5 foot tall and wide range. None of this is on irrigation. What I have showed you up to this point is not on irrigation. Incredibles, just like Incredible Stormproof, it's going to be that smooth hydrangea, blooms on new growth. So you're going to want to prune them in coming out of winter and into spring. These are so nice and tight and petite. We will not prune these this winter. So we're just going to leave them alone because the nursery that we bought them from had obviously pruned them not too long before we got them. So they are doing great. This will make a beautiful hedge. We planted them so it will be a solid hedge of Incredibles when they bloom. Typically for us, I think it's like late May, early June. So they look their best at that time. So there you go. And then making our way on over, when we did the Incredibles, we also did some of the October Magic Inspiration camellias. I've got a couple of old blooms right here, but they are absolutely covered in buds. This will be a nice creamy white with that pink edging. So we have got 3 of those through here. And then on the second time we came through and we did plantings, we did the roses. So that is Reminiscent Yellow. Reminiscent Yellow is a new rose introduction from our friends at Proven Winners Color Choice Shrubs. And so yeah, so even though we have been in those cool temperatures, roses love the cool temperatures. Mine at the house are blooming, so really nice to have those in addition. And then coming on around, this is the Oh So Easy Peasy. It is going to be kind of a short landscape rose come out, and we again want to have a mass planting in here so you can see that they're doing well. The pollinators, we've got honeybees on them. All sorts of little pollinators, and then of course behind that, this is kind of the pink corner. We have the Perfecto Mundo double pink azaleas. When we planted this, we told you that we really ignored minimum spacing. We truly did, because we want this to be jam-packed with shrubs. Don't have any plans of putting annuals or perennials in here at this time. We're letting the shrubs shine. But you can see the Gatsby glow balls, they are taking on their colors for the fall. Oak leaf hydrangeas do really well with those fall colors. And then of course the Brilliantina abilia. I mean, it's classic fall colors. So yeah, just everybody's hanging in there, doing really well. We have to make sure with this bed, as with all new plantings, you're gonna see this in a minute because we keep it real for you, to make sure that their water is adequate. So you can see that is the Atlas Rose. She needs some water, right? So she's getting a little limpy on me. So we're gonna get off of here, turn on the irrigation, and make sure everybody's got plenty of water. But the obelisk is doing great. The obelisk trellis, I call it an obelisk because it is kind of that confined square shape. This is the Rise Up Amberness. Oh, look, Jerry. So we have a beautiful amber, and y'all, I wish we had smell-o-vision, because between the Atlas and the Amberness, it smells really good over here. Really, really good. So we've got 3 of the Rise Up Amberness, and as they are growing, we're going to take them, and you have to be very careful because it is a rose and she does have thorns, but we can just go ahead and tuck them up in here because the Rise Up Amberness is that mini climber in that 5 to 6 foot range. So doing well. The Fairy Trail Brides are doing great. More Stormproofs here, doing really well. We have in the back the Proven Winners. That is the Just Chill Double Mauve, and I see some petals on the ground. So that means that we've had flowers, and then of course this guy has a beautiful flower, but she's facing backwards. And then the new Buddleia, the Mop Top. So we're just kind of hanging out there with Mop Top. Mop Top's going to be that cascading Buddleia that blooms in the spring. It takes everything you know about Buddleias and flips it upside down. So it blooms in the spring, it blooms on old growth, so don't prune it in the winter. You leave it alone, and it has these like pearl cascading of this light lavender flowers. They're stunning. And then the Sky Views, Let's Dance Sky Views. So this is when I was coming to get the camera equipment, I was like, oh no, Sky Views are thirsty. So in all honesty though, yes, they need water. If your hydrangeas or your shrubs look like that, don't freak out. You're encouraging root growth. Now, do we need to water them? Absolutely. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not. Sometimes you need a little tough love on your shrubs to make those roots go out and seek water. And then our team has done such an amazing job giving the signature garden a glow up, shall we say, a fall glow up. And really it wasn't even a glow up, it was just some regular maintenance that needed to happen. So they have worked their little hearts out the past couple of days, coming in, weeding. We've been removing plants that have not been performing well this past season. This is going into the third summer of the signature garden, and you know what? Plants grow, and so some of them are really happy and they need more room. Some plants are like, yeah, no thanks. So we take those out. So your gardens are constantly changing, and since this is a display garden, we are constantly trying to make sure that it is at its top peak performance. So just getting the weeds out, as I always tell you, neat and tidy is the name of the game. And then Chandler just came through the other day and mowed the grass, which is always a lovely sight. So fun things happening here at Creekside. We would love it if you would head over to the website and check out Creekside Champions. Again, this has been a dream of ours for quite a while and a huge labor of love. Had a lot of fun trying to pick out these plants and be very specific with what we are doing so that you know that what we are offering you, that we can stand behind that. So we would love it if you would go check out the annuals and the perennials that are being introduced into Creekside Champions. As always, we hope you found this fun, informative, and inspirational. Y'all have an amazing day. We will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.